In December 2025, the Lions played the Vikings on Netflix. 27.5 million people watched. It became the biggest streaming football audience in history, and it took exactly one game to get there. The NFL now knows that tech platforms will pay premium prices for crumbs of inventory. That knowledge is worth billions, and it's also the most dangerous thing the league has ever learned. The $12 billion trap. The NFL doesn't have a revenue problem, since the league pulls in roughly $12.3 billion a year from television partners, a figure that's climbed for decades. Broadcast and cable networks pay those premiums because football is the last thing keeping their business models alive. When casual fans pay $100 a month for cable, a huge chunk of that money exists because they don't want to miss Sunday afternoon. That's the bundling economics the entire league runs on. The NFL makes itself impossible to miss, and cable companies spread that cost across every subscriber, even the ones who never watch sports. It's a beautiful system, as long as the games stay concentrated on platforms everybody already has. Here's the catch. Streaming stopped being a sideshow years ago. A Seton Hall poll found that 51% of Americans watched NFL games via streaming in the 2024 season, and among self-identified NFL fans, that figure hits 71%. But here's the part that should worry the league. Linear broadcast still wins on raw reach, and the numbers prove it. NBC's Sunday Night Football averaged 35.9 million viewers last season, while Amazon's Thursday Night Football, the biggest streaming package in the sport, averaged about 13 million. The old model still delivers bigger crowds. The NFL's power always came from being culturally unavoidable, not only because it made money. If the league starts slicing its product across 5 different apps, casual fans stop treating football like a national event and start treating it like a subscription puzzle. That's how empires erode. The money doesn't dry up first. The audience stops caring enough to find the game, and then everything else collapses. Netflix Christmas bomb. The current model still works, so the league's nervousness seems strange at first. Netflix just proved something that changes the math entirely. In 2024, Netflix entered the NFL with exactly 2 Christmas games. That's microscopic inventory, 2 games out of a 285-game regular season. The Chiefs played the Steelers and pulled about 25.8 million American viewers. The Ravens vs. Texans game did even better, reaching about 27.2 million. Combined, the 2 games reached nearly 65 million unduplicated viewers in the United States alone. That's broadcast-level scale from a platform that had never streamed a live NFL game before. The league front office watched closely, and a year later Netflix ran the doubleheader again. The early game, Cowboys vs. Commanders, drew 19.9 million viewers, while the late game, Lions vs. Vikings, hit 27.5 million, with a peak over 30 million. That made it the most watched streaming-exclusive NFL telecast in history, with 200 countries tuning in, and the global average minute audience topping 30.5 million. The terrifying part isn't the raw viewership, it's the efficiency. Amazon streams 15 Thursday night football games per season, invests over $1 billion in rights fees, and drops another 250 to 300 million on production. Netflix matched Amazon's peak audience with a single game and a fraction of the commitment. From 2026 onward, Netflix will stream 5 NFL games per season, including a Week 1 matchup, a Thanksgiving Eve game, and multiple Christmas windows. That gives Netflix more chances to funnel subscribers and build habit. Hard data now proves that tech platforms will overpay for tiny slivers of the schedule. That realization will unlock billions in the next rights cycle. It is also a trap. Amazon's $750 million loss leader. Netflix proved that streaming can match broadcast, but Amazon proved something even more disruptive. Tech giants don't need to make money on the games themselves. Amazon pays roughly $1 billion per year for Thursday night football rights, plus an estimated 250 to 300 million more on production, talent, and technology. The company collects an estimated $250 to $350 million in ad revenue per season. Do the math, and you'll see Amazon is losing somewhere between $650 and $750 million a year on football. They don't care anyway, because TNF is a strategic loss leader. The real product is Prime Video subscriber retention and the advertising infrastructure Amazon has assembled around it. Amazon's ad business hit $56.2 billion in net sales in 2024, with $17.3 billion in the fourth quarter alone. Thursday Night Football is where Amazon proves to advertisers that streaming ads outperform television spots. Here's how, and this is where traditional broadcast executives start sweating. Amazon initially charged advertisers about $80 per thousand viewers for TNF inventory. They later trimmed that to around $60. Broadcast networks typically charge $30 to $40 for the same 1,000 viewers on traditional NFL games. Amazon commands that premium because it offers something linear TV cannot. Targeted slot splitting lets a single ad break serve different creatives to different households, and interactive overlays let viewers click straight from a car ad to an Amazon product page. Amazon can also tell an advertiser exactly how many people search for their brand after watching. Internal documents show Amazon expects these new ad formats to add roughly $95 to $100 million per season in incremental TNF revenue. That's still a drop in the bucket compared to the total loss. Profit isn't the point. Amazon wants control. They've been building the advertising infrastructure that will power sports streaming for the next decade, and they use the NFL as their test lab. The fragmentation spiral. Netflix proved small packages work, and Amazon proved profitability doesn't matter. The next wave is where it gets messy for the league. YouTube is currently in advanced talks to stream a 5-game NFL package starting in 2026. Early reports suggested YouTube would split the package with Netflix, though later reporting indicated YouTube resisted sharing the inventory and broadcast networks jumped back into the conversation. The details are still moving, but one thing is already clear. The NFL now has at least 4 major tech platforms bidding for slices of its schedule. Each new exclusive window adds another subscription that casual fans need to track. Apple just proved what happens when you remove the paywall entirely. In 2026, the company folded its standalone MLS Season Pass into the base Apple TV subscription. Fans no longer pay extra for soccer, since every MLS match is included at no additional cost. Analysts expect the move to drive a massive jump in total live match viewership because paywalls restrict reach while bundling drives adoption. Apple invested roughly $2.5 billion over 10 years in that MLS deal, and they're now willing to absorb the cost of giving it away to grow the platform. Fan sentiment has already shifted. A YouGov study found that 20% of sports fans say streaming costs now feel about the same as cable. 31% prefer their team's games on streaming. 29% prefer cable. The gap is basically gone. The danger isn't that fans hate streaming. They'll simply stop bothering to follow when football gets scattered across 5 apps, each with a different login, password, and monthly bill. That's how you turn a national pastime into a niche product. The career playbook, the NFL walks a tightrope between more streaming money now and a fragmented audience later. For anyone trying to break into sports business, the tightrope is where the opportunity lives. League media rights and partnerships roles have exploded. Platform sports content strategy jobs at Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, and Apple are scaling just as fast. Connected TV and streaming ad sales teams need people who understand both football and digital targeting. Fan engagement and data analytics positions are growing fast. Live event production built for direct-to-consumer streaming is scaling too. The skills that matter now are platform economics, customer lifetime value and churn math, rights valuation, and fluency in the new measurement tools that blend Nielsen panel data with first-party platform numbers. You also need to understand global packaging because the NFL now sells its product as an international entertainment franchise, not just an American sport. Companies are hiring at the NFL and other leagues, inside big tech sports teams, at ESPN and Disney as a pivot, inside sports agencies, at measurement and technology vendors, and inside team front offices building direct-to-fan strategies. The winners in the Netflix era understand more than football. They understand the platforms that now control the relationship with the fan. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the deals that are reshaping the business of sports. We're tracking the next major rights cycle, and you'll want to be there when the NBA's turn comes up.